Welcome into another video, and it is Tuesday, and you know what that means. It is time for some Week 5 power rankings. A fabulous Week 4 in the NFL. Not as weird as Week 3 was, but still another great week. Kind of a slow Monday night, but Sunday Night Football ended in a tie. That was a thrilling game. The 3 o'clock slate was fun. My Chicago Bears game-winning field goal block. What a beautiful day that was. And the noon slate was full of surprises as well. That Bucks-Eagles game was so much fun to watch. But more important things at stake here. Let's talk some power rankings. Also, rocking the Cubs today. Playoff baseball back at the friendly confines. By the time you're watching this, hopefully they have a Game 1 win over the San Diego Padres. Let's go ahead and get right into my power rankings. And if this is your first time watching my power rankings, as you can see, we lay out 11 through 32 in order. And I'll show you guys last week to kind of give you a little bit of comparison here. So the Titans officially take over as the worst team in football. They are an absolute clusterfuck right now. There's no other way around it. The New York Giants making a big jump from 30 to 25 after their win over the Los Angeles Chargers. The Bengals slipping back a little bit. The Dolphins jumping up a little bit. Cowboys, Patriots jumping up a little bit. The Raiders falling back. Cardinals falling back. Jaguars making a jump. The Vikings falling back. Steelers making a jump. Colts making a jump even though they lost. And we have two new top 10 teams as well. Let's go ahead and get right into it with my first brand new top 10 team. And that is the Seattle Seahawks, guys. They're really starting to show me some juice. I know that Thursday night game was maybe a little bit closer than anticipated, but this team is very close to 4-0. That game against the San Francisco 49ers was a tight one, and it very close to 4-0. They have a real superstar in Jackson Smith-Njigba. I kind of want to give this team 4 weeks because I was teetering with them. I think I had them at 9-8 on the year, 8-9 on the year. And a lot of that relied on Sam Darnold. And I want to see how Sam Darnold looked through the first 4 weeks. And he doesn't look like he's lost a step from what he went through in Minnesota. Really, he doesn't. And their defense, the scheme is great. They have really good numbers. They don't have a whole lot of ball players, but they have been playing damn good football. Mike McDonald is running a great system over there. I'm a big believer in what Seattle's got going on now. Like I said, they're very close to being 4-0. That game against the 49ers was very, very tight. Let's go ahead and get into my number 9 team, also a brand new team in the top 10 this week, and that is the Denver Broncos. Just a get-right game against the Bengals. I think that's exactly what Denver needed because they've had some heartbreaking losses this year. The one against the Colts just shot themselves in the foot in the field goal situation. Had a chance to knock off the Chargers, couldn't get it done. I feel like this game against the Bengals was just a get-right game. They dominated start to finish. Bengals looked terrible. There's no understating that whatsoever, but still, 28-3 win. Bo Nix looks so much better. This is a get-right game. This team's going to push Philly to the brink. Maybe hand them their first loss next week. On the road, should be a good game, but I'm rolling with the Broncos at 9. Moving on to my number 8. No change here from last week. Sticking with the Green Bay Packers. Giving up 40 points to a CD-less Cowboys offense isn't the greatest thing in the world. Dak absolutely just lit them up. Offense looked good, but the Cowboys defense is very shaky, so kind of just going to leave them where they're at. 2-1-1. We'll see how they look after the bye week. I'm sure Matt LaFleur and them, they've probably got a few things they want to work out, especially on the special teams side of the ball. Special teams has really been struggling for them. I know people are calling for Rich Bisaccia's head. Next up, we got the Los Angeles Chargers bumping down a spot after their tough loss to the New York Giants. Listen, Joe Alt went out of the game, and then after that, the Giants' defensive line was kind of doing whatever they wanted with them to begin with. But once Joe Alt really left the game, it was kind of all downhill from there. They made a couple little comebacks at the end, but I don't think there was a lot of tape on Jackson Dart. Really not sure what to expect with him, and he was able to use his legs and just absolutely gash the Chargers defense. He looked fun, a good, exciting win. I'm not really trying to hold this too much against them, but you got to beat the Giants, man. I get you're on the road. I get you're losing your left tackle and your right tackle. I get they have a great defensive line, but you got to beat the Giants. They just looked off. Probably overlooked them a little bit. They were thinking, we got Jackson Dart, this rookie, we're going to give him hell. And the Giants just came to play. Ladd McConkey was dropping balls. Quentin Johnson was dropping balls again. It wasn't great. It really wasn't great. I had to knock him down one spot because that's just a rough loss. And I bumped up the Tampa Bay Buccaneers despite their loss to the Philadelphia Eagles one spot because, man, this team fights, man. They looked really good in that second half. Had a chance to win that game. Couldn't pull off the comeback. But the Eagles team is loaded. Held Jalen Hurts to 0 passing yards in the second half, by the way. Super weird. But overall, still a really good game from the Buccaneers. Came back, made it a fun one. Bucky Irving's phenomenal. Emeka Egbuka is unreal. By far looks like the best rookie in football. He's probably on pace to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. No doubt about that. So maybe a little shocking to see me bump them up one after their loss. But hey, you play good football. I try not to take the win and loss too much into account. I'm trying to just go overall team here. Let's get into my top 5 now. Back into the top 5 is the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't think they've been in the top 5 since week 2, but they absolutely dominated the Baltimore Ravens. As you guys can see here, the Ravens made a very steep drop now at 1-3. You just can't have a 1-3 team in the top 10 to begin with, and their defense is allowing the second most yards per game in the NFL. They're about to lose Roquan Smith for a month. Things are really shaky in Baltimore. I don't know what the hell is going on with them, but things are really fucking shaky in Baltimore. Derrick Henry wasn't on the field for 4th and 1. Are they that afraid to put the ball in his hands? What the hell is going on in Baltimore? They've got a lot of shit to figure out. They've got a must-win game against the Houston Texans this weekend. If you lose that game to a Houston team who has struggled immensely this season, it's fucking full-blown panic time in Baltimore. But hey, get right games, baby. We all need them, but 1-3 is really bad. Defense is really, really bad. Chiefs back into the top 5. Now let's move on to my number 4 team, and that is the Detroit Lions. A really nice win over the Cleveland Browns. They were able to run the ball, which nobody's been able to run the ball on Cleveland whatsoever this year. Jahmyr Gibbs has 9 of the 10 biggest runs against the Browns defense this year. Offense looked good. That Browns team is no joke, and they still give the Lions fits here and there, but obviously Lions shut them down on the defensive side of the ball as well. Not necessarily the toughest task in the world to do. It's not a whole lot going on over there with Joe Flacco, but Lions look good. They did what they had to do. Wasn't a special win, wasn't an exciting win or a flashy win, but just a good overall sound win. They look like the best team in the NFC North again. I know a lot of people were writing them off, including myself. I had the Packers winning the division this year. Still a very good chance that could happen, but through the first quarter of the season, Detroit Lions look like the best team in the NFC North once again. Not afraid to admit when I'm wrong, guys. Never afraid to admit when I'm wrong. Number 3, my highest ranking for my NFC favorites this year, the Los Angeles Rams, the team I picked to go to the Super Bowl out of the NFC. But my highest ranking, a great win over the Colts. This team, Puka Nacua is the MVP through 4 weeks. He is. He looks like, it's time to start inserting him into tier 1 wide receivers with CeeDee Lamb, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. He's a fucking baller. And this offense is rolling, man. This offense is rolling. I feel like the Colts have finally proved themselves as a team that's not a team to be fucked with and not a joke. And they did what they had to do, man. They won that ball game. A good win for the Los Angeles Rams. Could have gone a different way if A.D. Mitchell wasn't kind of being a stupid ass. But hey, that's the NFL, baby. You got to come to play. Their defensive line still looks phenomenal, but Daniel Jones and them is balling. So I think that's a big win. It's time to start considering the Colts a big win. You beat the Colts, that's a big win. That narrative might change halfway through the season. Who knows? Maybe Daniel Jones gets back into form, but they have one of the most sound rosters in football, and I'll be the first one to admit I only had them at 5-12 this year. I didn't think this experiment was going to work. I thought the wheels were going to be falling off this thing, but Shane Steichen, man, he has them boys playing football. They have a good roster all around. Good offensive line, good run game. Daniel Jones is making the passing game work. Defense is really sound. I'm loving it. I am loving what I'm seeing from the Colts, and that's a big win for the Los Angeles Rams. Number 2, the Philadelphia Eagles, who, like I said, very weird game, very weird second half. A.J. Brown had 9 targets, only 2 receptions. They had 0 passing yards in the second half, but they beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, my number 6 team, on the road. That's a big win. They're 4-0, undefeated. They're finding ways to win. They're the defending Super Bowl champions. When Jalen Hurts wants to play football, he still can't play football. The Super Bowl proved that. I'm not writing anything off just yet. They're still 4-0. I don't care if he had 0 passing yards in the second half. It was weird, It was very weird. I'll be the first one to admit that. But they're playing good football. They beat some good teams this year. They've beaten the Chiefs. They've beaten the Buccaneers. They deserve their flowers. And my number one team still running here. Nobody's knocked them off yet. The Buffalo Bills. I know it was a little shaky game against the New Orleans Saints. I get that. It's just, in my eyes, it's just like, yeah, we're rolling. The Saints are coming to town. Whoop-de-doo. And they gave them a battle, but I don't think the Saints led once the entire game. It's not like, they had to come back down 10 points against one of the worst teams in football. They didn't lead the entire game. It's still an NFL football team. It's still any given Sunday. And when they showed up and had to make plays, they did. It's as simple as that. This team is good. This team is the best team in football. You could argue that their wins so far through 4 weeks now, especially looking at the Ravens, are a little soft. But they're playing good football. They're winning football games. Josh Allen's the best quarterback on the planet. When you're 4-0 and you have the best quarterback on the planet, you got it. You got it. You got the number one spot. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Somebody come take it. Somebody come take that spot then. That's the best team in football. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another Power Rankings. We got a lot of more content. I'm going to start doing prediction videos now. So every Saturday, I'm going to be dropping my Sunday and Monday predictions. I'm going to leave Thursday kind of on its own. Thursday Night Football this week. Rams, 49ers, a big game. Go Cubs, go. Hopefully they get some dubs. And we'll be back next week to our regularly scheduled program. Bears breakdown on Monday. Dynasty content on Tuesday. Power Rankings on Tuesday. And another video on Monday as well with one of my favorite topics throughout the week. Something to keep an eye on. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another video. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.